How Agni met Eloise's mother. Do you know that you're very beautiful? Eloise asked Agni on a hot summer day. They were lying on the grass together, watching the clouds chase each other across the sky. Eloise would have sought shade long ago, but her friend seemed to revel in the warmth of the sun, which made her even redder than usual. "Oh, come on, I'm just an ordinary dragoness," Agni replied shyly. "I have a friend. Now she's a truly beautiful dragon. You should see her black scales. But red dragons, like me, we're common. I might not know much about dragons, but you specifically are beautiful. No arguing." Eloise smiled and almost laughed, noticing that Agni had turned even redder than usual. "By the way, I told my mum about you." "Really?" Agni raised herself on her front paw. "And what did she say?" "She said that I made you up, and you don't exist." Eloise shrugged. "Also, she said she's terribly afraid of dragons, and that someone told her horrible stories about them when she was a child. Although, she wasn't afraid of dragons before that. And then, how did she put it? Oh, and then she wised up." Eloise drew out the words. "So, your mum thinks only fools aren't afraid of dragons?" Agni was surprised. "It seems so." Eloise sighed sadly. "But I have a plan. I'll keep telling her about you, and let her think I made you up. How can you be afraid of something that doesn't exist? Right. So, soon I'll be able to introduce you." A week passed, during which Eloise told her mom about her new friend every day. When her mom said she couldn't take hearing these stories anymore, Eloise knew the time had come for them to meet. It was getting dark, and in the old house, Mom was setting the table. Eloise, as always, was arguing about something with her brother, when suddenly there was a knock at the door. "Are we expecting someone?" the mom asked her children. "It's my imaginary friend," shouted Eloise. "Very funny," said the mom and went to the door. She opened it and saw no one on the threshold. She looked outside, then around, and closed the door, while Agni managed to enter the house. "Wow," Eloise's brother said, and just froze in the center of the room, staring at the dragoness. "So, Ellie was telling the truth." "Agni, come on in," Eloise greeted her. "Don't mind, Mom. She still can't see you. Sit here next to me. I'll get your plate ready." "Eloise, Tim, who are you talking to?" the mom asked, thinking the kids had started some game. "With my friend. She's sitting next to me," Eloise replied. "Don't you remember her?" "Oh, now you've invited her to dinner too. All right, does she eat soup?" The mom winked at Eloise. "Mom, tell me, is my friend dangerous?" Eloise asked. "I don't think she could harm you or anyone else," the mom said, sipping soup from a large wooden spoon. "Then look here," Eloise said, pointing at Agni. "Don't you see her?" At that moment, the mom choked, and the spoon fell from her hand. She saw Agni. A long pause hung in the air. And while it lasts, the story takes a break. What the mum's reaction to Agni was, what dragonesses eat, and whether it's safe to let a dragon sleep in the house, we'll tell in the next stories.
More fairy tales on the Wizard of Tales channel. Subscribe!